Well, I did a video a few days back about Biden's stimulus grants for 2024. And I think people misread too much into that. They think there was another single check that we used to call stimulus grants, in the last couple of months or the last couple of years because of COVID. But stimulus grants are given out every year in thousands of different programs. And that's what I'm trying to educate, that even though they're not COVID stimulus grants, they're still stimulus grants where the government gives you money to do something, okay? Whether it's pay your bills or buy a house or start a business and things like that. So to stimulate the economy, that's what it's called. Now, in the economics terms, they're called transfer payments. So the stimulus grants, and transfer payments, that's what the economists call it. So they take in grants, or actually your tax money, in one side, and they give it out in the other side to stimulate the economy and for you to do things that will improve the community and the economy as a whole. So they're all stimulus grants, but I think so many people just have the name stimulus grants, just one big check you're going to get for everything. And if they did that, then they'd give a $14,000 check to every adult in America every year. But they don't do it that way. There's just thousands and thousands of programs, and that's what I spent the last 48 and almost 49 years now probably of studying how they do that and how you could take advantage of it. Now, here's the Federal Reserve keeps track of stimulus or transfer payments or stimulus payments, as they call it. And you see the stimulus payments in the 21 and 2022 were big. Okay, that's when you got 1,000, 2,000, whatever it is on that, and then it went down to normal, but still growing. So the bottom line of stimulus packages still grow every year. It was an anomaly for COVID, but now they're still programmed. And that's the big thing, because that's $3 trillion, like almost half our budget that we give back to people. And that's what I'm trying to educate people about, where these are. Now, sure, it's not just one big check. They're not going to run out $14,000. So you have to learn this system, like learning to drive a car, learning to get a job. You just go, oh, I want a job. There's a million out there, but no. There's not a million for you out there. There's certain ones for you out there. So it's the same with stimulus checks. Every year there's certain stimulus checks just for you. And you have to find out, which ones are for you and where. And that's what we do, try to help that. And then also I showed you how everyone gets a stimulus check every year, no matter what your income is. And sometimes it's only for people making $40,000 or less. Sometimes it's for people, it doesn't matter. There's unlimited income. Now, this is a graph that I showed you then, how much people people who make $130,000 or more, that's up to $1 million, still 10% of that income they get, $130,000 or $1 million, is coming from a stimulus check, okay? Everyone is getting a stimulus check at any income. So I'm trying to show you that, people say they make too much money to get these benefits. No, absolutely not. Now, if you're under like $40,000 or so, 30% of your income comes from the stimulus check. So every income group is getting these stimulus checks. So and it's not just one big check. You have to find out. And that's what I did. Also, I put in there in the description of, and I'll put it here again, the major programs that are out there for stimulus checks, and particularly the new ones that Biden has set up. And they're everything from free dental care. There's one here for job training to get $6,000. Another one here that pays you $15 to train for a $25 an hour job. Another program here of $14,000 for home repairs. And these are all grants that you're getting. Or overdraft fees. You won't be able to have to pay that. So that's money in your pocket, because banks used to charge, $35 for that. Now they can't. So that means money in your pocket, or savings on prescription drugs. How to start a business. I mean, people who were just get out of jail could get $50,000 with no collateral to start a business. So these kinds of things that are available to all of us that live in this country. So that's the lesson, and I'm sorry people misunderstood. I don't know how to take the time, and you to take the time to listen closely what I'm saying, but you're right. I mean, I'm partly to blame because I'm using that. I know that will get your attention, and that's what the biggest problem is trying to educate people, is get your attention so I could educate you about what is out there that everybody's getting, probably, but you, because you don't know about it or you think it's too complicated. It's not. It's more complicated than easy. Yeah, that's probably the truth. And then people go to get easy and it's not there. Oh, screw it. I won't get. So I just won't get a job because I have to go to another place to look for a job. No, I'm not going to do that. See, and that's what we run into. And then also people, see me and I make you think it's easy because I'm so happy about it. And maybe that's a downfall. Well, I'll fight for that because, and admit to that, because what's happening is that, God, we have thousands of people getting these things now that were never getting them before. And that's the happiest thing I've ever seen in my life. So many people that I'm able to train to find out where this is and not have it left up to somebody else. And that really changes your life. Not a big way, or maybe a little way, maybe a big way. I have no control of that. I have no control over who gets the money. What I do is just show you where it is, okay? And we have so many ways to do that. I mean, we have members helping members now. So we have members almost every day are available for free online. You see them streaming. You ask them a question. How do they get the money? They'll tell you. So you don't have to believe some smart ass like me about how this works. They tell you from people like you, right from the horse's mouth. And we give out our own grants too. $75,000 every month we give out. Now that's the most proudest thing I think I've ever done, is taking money that I've made and give it back to people who need it. And that's what we do. We give it back to members, $75,000 in $500 grants or $1,000 grants. And you're getting, as long as people still applying for this service, which is only $20. Where else are you going to get that for $20? Yeah? Let me know, because I'll quit this and I'll join that.